This is our back deck now. I just wanted the green growth off of the white, but he decided to pressure wash the entire deck. All of it looked kind of like that, except for the stuff back by the house was even darker and kind of slimy and slick. And he pressure washed it all, and it looks fabulous. It's like a new deck. I'm trying to clean off all the seating instead of having our recycling sitting there and ugly pots and stuff sitting over there. Trying to clear stuff off. And we took my farmer's market tent and put it up above. So now this deck is in shade instead of in blistering sun. And it's breezy. And with the fig tree, it's just lovely. I had no idea that my tent was this big. Let me walk over and show you. Actually, it's too big for the deck. It really is. It's a 10-foot by 10-foot tent, and the deck is 10 feet from the wall of the house to the edge over there. And of course, we have seating over here, so Adam was going to remove the seating, and it was getting really complicated. And then finally he said, now let's just use our whole brains on this. So we did. Boy, it's windy, but we have weights on the legs, and I have bungee cords on this side and up there. But we decided to raise 3 of the legs on the seating. So we have one leg up under the fig tree, one in that corner, one in that corner. There's nothing in this corner, so we put a cement block underneath it. And now it's up high enough that it clears the door and gives us amazing shade. When I'm sitting in this chair, there's a little sun over there and a little bit of sun over there, and everything else is in shade. It's just delightful. I may spend more time out here. I'm so excited. And we have some family coming next week. And now we can sit outside. We could put the little kiddie pool down here, and my grandbaby can play, and we can visit outside. Adam could cook down there on the grill, and we can eat up here. I'm just so excited. Isn't this great? Thank you, Adam. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that little foray into our back deck. I'm really enjoying sitting out there in the late afternoon or maybe the early morning. I haven't ventured out there for breakfast yet, but I need to do that soon. I thought about doing this little clip out there, but it's already getting too hot and it's noisy because of the road traffic. Okay, so this is all the fiber over here from working on the new yarn for that V-neck sweater. But I have other, I know this is terrible, I have other new fiber to show you. I just couldn't resist. And those of you who do yarn and fiber, you understand. So we need to clean this up. And so I'm going to be Samantha Stevens for those of you of a certain age. And I'm going to go, ta-da! Here's the new bag of fiber. Now this comes from, oh gosh, let me see. This comes from a store, a real store, not an online location, called Silver Threads and Golden Needles. Okay. It is in Franklin, North Carolina, and we were near Franklin when we went on vacation recently, and I found their store on the internet, and I thought, I've got to go there, and I saw photos of spinning wheels in the back of their store, and I thought, if they have wheels, they must have fiber. Yes, and they did, and so I got to put my hands on some fiber and buy it from the store. I've never been able to do that. I've always had to order it online, have it come in the mail, and wonder what I'm going to get. So let me show you what I succumbed to at Silver Threads and Golden Needles. Lovely store, lovely people. The lady who checked me out is their spinner. She knows her wheels. She knows the fiber and can tell me all about it. And we had fun chatting. All right, let me bring you in closer and you can see the fiber that I got. Now they had various types. I know they had a big selection of a fiber called domestic top or domestic coned top. A little scratchier, lots of selection, lots of color. Then they had some merino blended with something, alpaca, mohair, I don't know. And then they had some blended with silk. And then they had some soft merino on the bottom. Anyway, I did gravitate toward the merino. I hope I can remember what everything was. I'm not, well, I should be able to tell by the feel. So I haven't had this out of the bag since then. And she just weighed it in a bag on a scale, so it's not in little bags. This is a beautiful blue. I don't know that I've had a blue like this before. That's probably, I think a lot of them were 2 ounces was what I asked for. Isn't that gorgeous? There's no teal in it. It's just a very pretty blue. Now they had some that I'm pretty sure is the same merino midnight that I've gotten from the spinnery store. It's, matter of fact, let's just do a comparison. Here's the other. Oh, it's very close. There's a difference. This is the midnight from the spinnery store, and this is what I got at Silver Threads. This is a little lighter, which might be kind of nice. It was just very fun to shop, and Adam sat there so sweetly and didn't. Okay, now this is a little scratchier, but this is a thinner roving. Interesting. This was, oh, and it was cheap too. The top, this stuff was $2.50 an ounce. Yes. And then I think this was $3.50 an ounce. And then I have another surprise in here. It was $4.50 an ounce, but so what? None of it was over 5. So this is, I must have gotten 4 ounces of this. Yes, I got some yellow. No, I can't tell you why I did that. But I'm not going to make more of that stripy yarn that I made before. Boy, my mind changes so fast on fiber. Okay, so that was $2.50 a yard. That was 4. And this is pretty. This is the same. Actually, you can tell this stuff because it's so thin. I do think I could spin straight from that. That's pretty much what I used to get off my hackle when I would take it off the hackle. I would come in on the hackle and take it off on a diz. That's about the circumference, I guess you would say, of the roving I used to get. And I would just put it in a bowl. If you've watched my old videos, you know I just put it in a bowl, set it on the floor, and spin right off of that. Okay, so, and isn't that a beautiful blue? See, now it's got some variegation in there. It does, I will admit that some of it looks like it's been, I don't know if it's been handled. It's just, it's got some little bumps, especially in this top, but maybe that's normal too. I'm not complaining about that. I'm saving the best stuff for last. Okay, so this, oh, I've forgotten all this stuff. I'm kind of shocked at what I did get and what I didn't get. I just go on what looks pretty to me. I think this is, yes, it really is very close to this maroon. But, well, no, see, this is, yeah, it's so fascinating. The people who dye this stuff, there's so much variety. And I think that there's blending in there too. But this is merino and quite soft. And this is comb top and it's a little scratchy. So, I just could, even though it's a little bit scratchy, I could not resist at $2.50 an ounce. The last one I got, you're going to laugh at the colors I chose. I don't know. This does seem like an autumnal color to me. It's kind of a, boy, what is that? It's not yellow. It's not exactly orange. Somewhere in between yellow and orange. It's really pretty. I just couldn't resist it. And again, it's got some variation in there. Yeah, look at that real close up. Isn't it fun? All right, you fiber lovers out there. So in the end, the only merino I got were these two. I was watching the cash register and I was thinking about the previous order from the spinnery store that was like $88. This one ended up being $62. I have no idea how much that is in other countries' denominations. Okay, so the last thing I got, this was the most expensive. I've never spun with this before. This is pre-blended. I got 2 ounces. This is merino and silk. And they had about 5, I guess, different color possibilities in this yarn. And I picked this one. I've never spun with silk before. Again, it looks it's got a little bit of a halo as if it's already been handled good, but that's probably just the fact that it's a silk. I don't know. But it's very, very pretty. Very pretty. I'm looking forward to playing with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to spin it up and keep it separate. Almost looks like it would go with that sweater. Maybe that could be the neckline or something. I don't know. I need to get this in a different bag. So there is my most recent purchase of fiber. I should be good to go now for a long time. Although I will say that in doing that, I'm going to roll this up while I'm chatting at you. In doing that V-neck sweater or jumper, as the British say, I think a jumper for them is a sweater that you pull over your head, and a cardigan is when you button up the front. Over here, we call a jumper, we would call it a pullover, I think. And we also use the word cardigan sometimes. Most people use the word cardigan for kind of a nice sweater, like in a twin set, or anyway, I won't go into all that, but it's just interesting the different names we have. So I'm going to call it a jumper because I think that's a cute word. And I think I'm not going to have enough of the olive. I think that's what I'm going to run out of. I didn't realize when I purchased it all how important the olive was to that just wonderful autumnal tone that I'm looking for. This stuff is just a wad. That's how she took it off and measured it. And she did say, this isn't silver threads. She said, I told her I had ordered from the spinnery store. And she said, oh, well, we can ship to you. But they do have a website, but they don't have all their fiber listed there. You'd have to call. I have to call and tell them how much I wanted of whatever. But I think they could probably go back there and find what I wanted. So we'll see. If I go back near Franklin again next year, we'll see. Let me go back and get some more. All right, well, now that's all I've got for you today is just, no, after this, I wanted to, I took a little tour of the store on video, and I tried not to get the customers, if possible, and just get what's in the store. So I will share that little tour of silver threads and golden needles with you right now. Thanks. Western North Carolina is a place of many artisans and craftsmen, and so this is a busy store. Look at those gorgeous baskets. I really wanted one of them. They have so much pretty yarn. There's their solid colors, but they have beautiful artisan yarn. Look at all this. And so many beautiful sweaters and hats and stuff that have been knitted by the ladies in the store that are on display. Boy, I was kind of quietly drooling over some of that. Very nice. And a whole wall of circular needles and crochet hooks and every other crafting notion you can imagine. Now, this is the back of the store. There are things for dyeing your fiber, all kinds of weaving, paraphernalia, shuttles and heddles. I was amazed at what they carried. Now, back here they have, as you see here, pre-blended fiber. And I'm interested in that, but not as much as I am this, that I can blend myself. So this is where I picked out the domestic top. Oh, it was $2 an ounce, better than I thought. There was, I don't know what that was I just passed by. There's some curly stuff. There's the silk, merino silk. And here's the merino at the bottom that I really enjoyed looking at, but only bought 2 of. I should have bought that olive right there. Could have gotten all the olive I wanted, but I didn't realize that I needed it. And that's where the silk is. Now here is a wheel just like mine, and here are 2 others. I think one was a Majacraft. Not sure exactly what those were. And all of the lovely weaving stuff as well. Boy, I had fun looking around in this store. And this is the big long table in the middle where they give lessons and they gather to work together and work on their projects. It just looks like such a great community spot, and if I lived in Franklin, I would be there. Well, this is my video for you today, and Leo says hello from his favorite spot. Oh, he's yawning. He's ready for a nap. He's going to look out the window one last time. We hope we'll see you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this channel. Thanks, guys. See you next time.